Hello and welcome to Movement for Mental Health. I will be your host for the session. My name is Natalie Marnica and I'm a certified yoga therapist and teacher. And I've been doing this for over a decade now, trying to help people reduce the impact of chronic stress, to live better lives, and to get more control and freedom over their mental health through movement and these approaches. So let's dive in. I'm going to get the screen up and we'll start here. So movement for mental health. We call this a bottom-up approach to reducing stress and cultivating good mental health. A bottom-up meaning we're using the physical body to implement changes in the brain and then have a feedback loop that starts to make the body feel better as well. That's different than like a talk therapy would be a bottom down approach where you're trying to influence the brain and then have physical, hopefully physiological changes in the body. So to live a balanced and healthy life, we need to be able to focus our minds and regulate our stress response. So by learning certain practices, breath, move, and mindfulness and meditation, we can find relief from excess suffering that we don't need to, or excess stresses, and we can strengthen our condition to our minds and our bodies. So my history with yoga is a little bit different than, I guess, common than most people. I came into yoga in my early 20s after a car accident left me in chronic pain. I had whiplash and I had a lot of injuries to the soft tissue in my body, but I also had a response to healing that wasn't normal. It was a pain response. So in the normal times, my tissues should have healed. They didn't. And so that was because I had high levels of stress. At the same time as the car accident, my mom was diagnosed with Huntington's disease. And that is a genetic neurological disease that's progressive in nature. It's like having ALS and schizophrenia and dementia in one disease. And when my mom was diagnosed, I realized that I had a 50% chance of inheriting that myself. At the same time, I had a history of depression. So I was kind of set up for this not proper response to healing because of all of the chronic stress and the mental anguish that was in my body. So luckily for me, I have been able to heal myself over the last 10 years. I was a caregiver with my mom too, as she was changing. My grandfather was sick. So there was a lot of illness in my family. And I knew early on in my life that I would need something to combat the challenges of life. And for that, I'm very grateful that yoga came into my life when it did. So I'm sharing what I know with you as succinctly as I can in this small, short presentation. So there's similarities between Huntington's disease and ataxia. Physical, cognitive similarities, motor control. So I've been doing some work for the last few years with different Huntington's associations, the HDYO, which is an international youth organization, and the HSC, the Huntington Society of Canada. And I've been bringing these workshops, these yoga for therapy, caregiving workshops and support for them. So I'm really happy to be able to share it with you. One of the things that I love most about this practice is that yoga helps us to cure what need not be endured and to endure what cannot be cured. When I was going through the changes and when I'm working with people with HD, there is no cure. So we have to find ways to help people cope with the reality that is living with a neurological disease. So mental health, it's a blanket term, yes, it's a very hot button topic, but we can look at it as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of a disease. So we want to look at the larger perspective of how we can keep ourselves well and feeling well, even within the circumstances we have. Stress is a large factor in why we suffer, and chronic stress is mostly what we're looking at here. So our bodies are designed, I'm going to switch this to this for you. So our bodies are designed with this amazing system called the autonomic nervous system. And autonomic meaning it happens without our consciousness. We can influence it, but it happens without us knowing. So luckily, our heart keeps breathing, our breath keeps going without us consciously having to think about those processes. But it also is one of the ways that we cope with situations. So stress or danger. So we have our sympathetic state, which you can see highlighted in red, and that is your fight and flight response. So if some dangerous stimulus comes into your environment, your body will react in a way to either get you out of there to fight, or it might freeze. And then we have our parasympathetic state, which is our rest and digest, which helps to repair the functions of our body. So the problem is not that we have the sympathetic state. The issue is that when it's chronically activated due to stressors, either external stressors from our environment or internal stressors from our thoughts, our feelings, and our disease processes. We really want to minimize that because it causes things like shrinking of the brain, loss of memory, autoimmune conditions, lowered immunity, a whole host of things, heart disease and heart failure and all the other things. And you can watch a really great video called How Stress Affects Your Brain on YouTube by Madhumita Murgia. So this is one of the videos that typically, if I had more time, that I would show throughout my presentations. I show all my students this because it's really important to have an idea of what the impact is really having that you might not even be aware of. And also to give you some hope that we can reverse some of those effects. So it's quite challenging living with a neurological disease. You're always trying to care for your ever-changing needs. You're trying to balance school for younger folks or working or maintaining your job and self-care. And really that fear, worry, and uncertainty about the future is what is one of the biggest plagues for people because we're having between 50 and 70,000 thoughts in a day typically. And that could get really intense when all of those thoughts are worrisome or negative. So what are our primary goals? So as a yoga therapist, I'll clarify what that is in a moment. Our primary goals of movement and breathing and the course of actions we would or prescriptions we would give somebody would be, one, to prevent and reverse physiological effects of chronic stress. So we want to prevent it if it hasn't happened already. You're not already in burnout. We want to make sure that your nervous system is balanced and you're able to self-regulate so that you don't have those other problems moving down the line. If you are already in burnout, we want to reverse those effects. We don't want to keep that in the body. We want to get back to homeostasis as much as that's possible. The second focus we have is to maintain your current health and mobility. So this is a really important piece of treatment and of lifestyle factors for anybody that's battling neurological disease, because it is much easier from a neurological perspective to keep what you already have than it is to try to regain it once it's lost. Okay, so this is where we get neuroprotective behaviors, yoga, walking, mindfulness, meditation, all of that, that's your maintenance. And third thing is we're trying to prevent future problems wherever possible. Like, why would we not do that? We want to prevent what's coming down the pipeline as much as that's possible. When we're dealing with genetic influences and we're dealing with things that are outside of our control, we are using things that are inside of our control to dampen those effects and to keep what we have longer. So yoga versus yoga therapy. So there are so many variations of yoga. There's hatha yoga, hot yoga, there's power yoga, there's all these other Iyengar yoga, there's so many yogas. But what is most helpful for us, for people who are working with people with neurological diseases who might have them, is the yoga therapy approach. This is a one-to-one approach or a small group approach. Yoga in group classes that are regular that you might be able to access, those are intended for general health and fitness, whereas yoga therapy is specifically adapted for the persons or the individuals who are practicing. So it's a little bit more in depth, and a person who's trained as a yoga therapist, such as myself, has over 1,000 hours of training, almost at a minimum, versus a regular yoga teacher, which will have maybe 200 to 500 hours of training and not specific. So the problems we're working on is, how do we keep what we already have and how do we reduce that chronic stress? So we'll look at what yoga is, a form of mind-body medicine, over 5,000-year-old tradition of holistic health. The Institute of National Health has classified it as a form of complementary and alternative medicine. The biggest gift that yoga gives us, even if you're just practicing breath and movement, is that it produces the opposite physiological state of the fight and flight response, of that sympathetic response. And it allows us to access our rest and digest, and it allows us to have a better sense of balance between our mind and our body, and our relationship to the world and the people around us. So in the interest of time, I'm going to skip this and go to this infographic because this is super cool. There are so many areas of your brain that get affected by even just a traditional yoga practice that we really, we can't skip this as a piece of our puzzle, as our regular maintenance. Even 20 to 30 minutes a day, you're activating areas in your cerebellum, in your frontal lobe. You're able to coordinate more areas of communication between synapses through your brain through these attention, awareness and attention and breath all coupled in one. It tends to have this really positive effect on our brain. So we have various tools in yoga. They are philosophy, asanas or postures, physical postures. You'll see this mostly demonstrated, mindful breathing or pranayama, meditation, diet and lifestyle. How it works, so this is our magic thing when we talk about our breath influencing that, is that we have this wonderful nerve in our body called the vagus nerve, and it's embedded deep in our brainstem. It hooks into the inner ear, and then it has all of these fibers and all of these little receptors that are kind of hugging and enveloping most of our organs. So when we stimulate that vagus nerve and we're massaging it through different breathing and different movement and different practices, we're actually signaling to the body, relax. So it's not like you're very worried and someone says, hey, just relax or let it go. We're not talking to your prefrontal cortex. We are talking to your nervous system. We are stimulating this nerve, and then your body has a physiological response to it. So what we're going to do in a few moments is practice some breath and movement together. So it's easy for me to just to tell you that these things work, but it's better that we try it and see how it feels to actually do the practices. Also, it's my favorite part. What I offer online is that I have chair yoga and mobility practices. That's what we're going to do in a moment. Private yoga therapy. And then I have a training for people who are working with people with neurological or mobility issues, so called chair yoga and mobility teacher training. You can also find me on YouTube through Natalie Marnica. You can also find me on Instagram at SM Yogini, on Facebook at Sacred Mountain Yoga, and there's lots of resources on there for little mini practices. But what I would highly recommend is that you start feeling the effects of breath and movement together. Move as much as you can in your pain-free range of motion and just see how it lands in your body. See how it can affect you even in the short practice that we are going to engage in. So let's get started. Set your space up so you have room to move your arms out, you have room to move your arms up, and you have some space for your legs to move around you. Let's begin. Hope you enjoy. Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga and Mobility. For today's class, we're going to spend 15 minutes doing sitting movements and guided meditation. So I want you to do your best to breathe and move in your pain-free range of motion. Do whatever feels like it's accessible to you, and whatever feels like it's causing some strain or discomfort, take a break from those movements. And as we start to go through the practice, we're going to play around with a breath, with a special breath, which is a long inhale, and then a holding after we inhale to start to strengthen up our lung capacity and strengthen up our nervous system. So from here, rest the hands on your knees, take your shoulders off your ears, and then find an upright sitting position. Good, and shoes can be on or off. If you're taking them off, you can tuck them underneath your seat. And then as you take a breath in, I want you to imagine that this top part of your head was stretching up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, relax your shoulders off your ears. Let the arms hang down. You can give them a little shake. If the hands want to be closer, you can keep them closer or farther away. And now let your eyes close and start to feel how your breath comes in and how your breath is moving out. And so feel the breath as it enters and as it exits your body. Very good. Inhale. And now start to exhale completely. Draw the lower part of your belly towards your spine. You're going to help the breath come out. Good. And then inhale, slow and smooth breath in. Pause once your lungs are full. Hold for 1, 2, 3, and then exhale all the air out. Draw the lower part of your belly towards your spine. Good. Again, like that. Inhale, grow taller in your seat. If you're comfortable, press your feet against the ground. Maximize your breath in and then hold it for 1, 2, 3, and then exhale all the breath out. Good. One more like that. Inhale fully. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Exhale completely. Very good. Now again, we'll start to add our movements. As you inhale, reach and stretch one arm as high as it goes. Pause for a moment. Hold 1, 2, 3. Exhale the arm back down. Switch sides. Inhale, opposite arm up. Inhale. Reach and stretch up. Hold 1, 2, 3. Exhale the arm down. Very good. Inhale, reach and stretch, arm up. That's it. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale the breath out. Relax your arm. Let your shoulder and the elbow be heavy. Switch sides as you inhale, reach up. That's it. Pause. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale the arm down. Very good. One more on each side. Inhale, reach and stretch. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale the arm down. Contract the abdomen, let the air out. Root your feet against the ground. Inhale, stretch the opposite arm up. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale the arm down. Okay, now both arms, reach them up. Press all 5 fingers together. Inhale, reach, push the feet down. Inhale up. That's it. Hold with full lungs. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, wave the arms back down. Very good. Again, inhale, push the feet against the ground, create traction in your spine, lift, inhale. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. Very good. Again, inhale, reach and stretch, press the feet down, press your fingertips together. That's it. Reach and stretch up over the head. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. Good. Let's do 2 more in this set. Push the feet down. Inhale, reach and stretch upwards. So the feet are anchoring and your arms are reaching in the opposite way. Hold with full lungs. Relax your neck and head. Hold for 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale the arms down. Good. One more time like that. Inhale, reach and stretch up. Press your feet down. Remember to take breaks when you need to. Honor your practice wherever you're at. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, float the hands down. That's it. And then take a free breath in here. Inhale here. And exhale here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale here. And exhale here. Wonderful. Good. Now we start to bring some movement into our spine. I'm going to pivot to the side so you can see this action more clearly. Separate yourself a little bit away from the chair. Have the hands starting on your kneecaps. When you're ready to inhale, take your heart forward. Relax your shoulders off your ears. See if you can extend the front of your body. And then exhale, round your back, curl the chin down, release the weight of your neck and head. Good. Inhale, take the heart forward. Relax your shoulders off your ears. And then exhale, round the spine back. Draw the belly button in, curl and release the air. Good. So again, maximize your breath in. We'll add that little hold now. Inhale, come forward. Hold, relax the shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, round. Release the air. Good. If you're more comfortable, drag your elbows back. Inhale, drag. That's it. Squeeze together your shoulder blades. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, curl. Reach and round. Good. Inhale forward. This time, allow your arms to open up nice and wide. Expand your chest and lungs. Hold your breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, take the hands back to your center. Good. Inhale, expand. Maximize your breathing. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, back to your center. Good. Again, inhale forward. Pull back on your arms. Try to stretch, press the fingertips together. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, hands together. Very good. One more time. Inhale, open. Big stretch. Relax your neck, head, and shoulders. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, hands together. Good. Now inhale, free breath in. Press your feet down. Reach and stretch up. On the exhale, take the hands down, land them to your legs, and just check how far your body can come forward today. As you inhale, rise back up. On the exhale, curl and round. Very good. Inhale, bring the heart forward, open up the arms. And then exhale, take the palms back to your center. Good. Inhale, extend one leg out in front of you, give it a kick. Exhale, bring that leg back. Inhale, extend, leg in front, give it a kick. Exhale, bring that leg back. Good. One more on each side. Inhale, kick. Exhale, bring it back. Good. Inhale, kick. Exhale, bring it back. Press the feet against the ground. Inhale, reach and stretch up. Good. And then exhale, take the hands down. Good. Now hold here. We're going to add a little bit of strength and stability now for the legs. Extend one leg out in front of you. Now you could rest it onto the ground, or you can have it slightly elevated. Good. Kick out through the heels, squeeze the muscles up above your knees. Now you can keep the hands here and start to breathe and feel the strength. If you have the availability, inhale, reach and stretch your arms up. Pause for a moment and then exhale, slide shoulder blades down your back. Good. Inhale, reach and stretch up. Exhale, slide shoulder blades down your back. Good. Inhale, reach and stretch up. Exhale, slide shoulder blades down the back. Sweep the knee in. If it's in your range, lift it and move it around a little bit. Very good. Then relax that side, stomp it out. Switch to the opposite leg. As you inhale, extend the leg out. Come in with a tall spine, lift the lower back. Heel can be rested if you want to take more of a gentle approach. Leg can be lifted if you want more of a strengthening approach, and pull back your toes. So you're stretching the back leg and squeezing up the muscles of the front leg. Inhale, reach and stretch up. Option to bring the arms up. Good. On the exhale, slide shoulders back and down. Good. Again, inhale, reach and stretch up. And then exhale, shoulder blades back and down. Squeeze them to your side body. Contract your muscles. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Good. Release the leg, stomp it off. If it's in your range, you can lift it and move it around a little. Good. All right. Now take a wide-legged position. I'm going to pivot so you can see a little bit more clearly again. Come as wide as you can, open up the legs, take the shoulders off your ears. Good. As you inhale, open up the arms, palms turn up. Expand the front of your body, hold. And then exhale, take the arm down to one leg and then reach and stretch up into your side body. Inhale, rise, push the feet down. Pull back on the arms and hold. Exhale, the opposite arm comes down. Reach and stretch into your side bend. Good. Let's do 2 more on each side. Inhale up. Exhale to the side. Very good. Inhale up through center. Maximize your breath. Pause for a few moments and then exhale, reach. Stretch to the side. Good. Again, inhale up. Pause with full lungs. Shrug your shoulders off the ears. Exhale, reach and stretch. Very good. Inhale up. Good. Pull back. Exhale. Reach and stretch out. Inhale, rise. Pull back through the arms. On the exhale, take the hands to center. Good. Heel toe the legs slightly inwards. You can lift the heels if that's available. Press your knees in and out. If you need to hold the chair, you can do that as well. That's it. Just take a few free breaths in and out. Good. And then pause in your center. Let the spine stay upright. If you need to have a rest, you can lean the body back. Good. And then inhale here. Allow the crown of your head to stretch up. Pause for a few moments. And then exhale completely. Let your shoulders, your arms, and your legs settle down. Good. Inhale from here. And then exhale, let the arms, let your legs, let the body settle down. Good. Keep that breath up. Follow your breath in. That's it. Relax it as you exhale. See if you can now start to exhale a little bit slower. And feel the heaviness of the legs and the heaviness of the arms. Just let them drop in space. With each long exhale, give your body permission to relax for a few moments. Relax the space around your eyes and around your jaw. Relax the space down your spine and down the back of the body. Relax your arms, relax your legs. And then relax your belly, relax your chest. Very good. And then take the palms together so they meet, and just take the hands into the center of your chest. And allow yourself in this moment to think what you're grateful to have today. What are the things that continue to bring you joy in your life? Can you shift your attention and your awareness onto these things? Have gratitude for the parts of your body that are still moving well. Gratitude for your support systems, maybe your pets, maybe even basic gratitude for basic things like water, food, and shelter. Just cultivate a sense of gratitude, an uplifted emotion. Breathe it into the body. And then exhale, let it move down your arms and down your legs. Good. Inhale here. And as you exhale, bow to your own practice. Thank yourselves for being here. And thank you so much for having me here with you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.